The dog is just like turning right now, chasing his own tail, being weird with his big ass ears. Right, homie? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leslie. If you don't know me, today's video we are doing a little bit of a Casey Neistat style video. We've actually been planning this video out for a little bit and I hope that you guys enjoy the style of it. Like I said, it is Casey Neistat inspired. He is actually a big inspiration to both CJ and I, so we kind of just wanted to do something similar as to what his vibe of video is. He does not do beauty videos, obviously. He's more of a vlog style kind of YouTuber. He's pretty awesome. He's actually pretty huge. If you guys haven't heard of him before, I would kind of worry there if you're a YouTuber, just because he's a pretty big influencer, like I said. Hence the glasses. If you guys don't know, he wears sunglasses in his videos all the time. And if you don't know why, go watch his video. I'll link it down here in the description box. I'll also link his channel so you guys can check him out. But yeah, today's video is a shop my stash video. We're gonna just grab the items here and hopefully you guys like it. We have a few options for everything, I believe. The only thing that I did not grab was eyebrows, just because I don't have anything in my stash that's really affordable per se. I'm using the Reina Rebelde pomade, which I don't know that it is affordable, but I'm using also the Milk Hush clear brow gel, so I know that's not affordable. I don't know how much the Reina Rebelde is. Okay, yeah, it's $17 for a brow pomade. I guess it's not too bad. I know the Anastasia one's like 20 something, so maybe it is affordable, but not that affordable. I mean, $17 is still kind of up there for a pomade, but that's what I'm using is the pomade, and then over that is the Milk Hush clear brow gel, so that's why I didn't put that in the video. But we're gonna go ahead and start here with primer. I did grab a primer and I realized that I don't have a lot of like drugstore items in my collection, which I don't know why. Some of my favorite things are actually from the drugstore, so I apologize for that, but I grabbed what I thought was good that is still from the drugstore. So I have both of the putty primers here. One is the Luminous Putty Primer and the other one's just the Poreless Putty Primer. So I'm gonna put the Poreless one on the center of my face here, and then the Luminous on the outer part of my face. The center of my face tends to get a little bit oily, and also is where my biggest pores are, so that is why I'm gonna use that one there and use the other one on the outside of my face. And I haven't used the Luminous one that much. I do like it. It does give you a nice sheen to the face. I have used this one a lot and I do like it. This is just a regular Poreless Putty Primer, and I do like this one. I do feel like it fills in my pores and makes my skin look nice and smooth, as you guys can see. But I can definitely see the nice smoothness that it creates there in the center of my face. Then I will grab the Luminous one, put that one on the outside of my face where I want some nice hydration and some glow. You guys can see it gives you that pretty glow there. And I did get two foundations that are affordable in my collection. This one now, this is the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. It is on the affordable side. I will put the prices and stuff down below of all the items that I'm using, that I'm actually putting on my face, so you guys have that down in the description box. Okay, yeah, so yeah, this is a pretty affordable foundation. It is $6. And the Juvias Place I Am Magic foundation, I'm not quite sure. Okay, ooh, okay. So never mind, this is not really affordable. I mean, it kind of is and kind of not. It is $20, so not really. So we're not gonna use this one. We're just gonna use the e.l.f. one. And I believe that the other one too, the Camo one, is like 12 bucks, so it's a lot cheaper than other foundations. And I'm gonna apply this with a brush. I actually haven't used this one that much. Ever since I got the Camo one, I've been using that one more than I do use this one. I don't know how it works with a brush, but I usually do apply my foundation with a brush. Okay, it doesn't look bad. It is pretty full coverage, it looks like. I barely put like one little dot on the back of my hand here. You guys can see it goes a long way. But pretty much covered most of my face. And it's pretty full coverage. You can still kind of see my skin through it, but for the most part it does cover everything. It looks like my skin is evened out. Like I said, I haven't really used this one that much, so I don't really have a feel for it. But it does look pretty. And you can still see that luminosity shining through from the primer. I have still, like I said, some blemishes that are still coming through. It's not like a big deal or anything. I am gonna try to let it sit for a bit to see if it dries down completely. I'm not gonna powder this down because it's like a semi-matte finish, so my skin is already dry. I think that it'll just look crusty if I do set it down, but I did have an option of the Airspun loose powder. If you've been in the beauty community for a long time, you have heard about this powder before. It is awesome. I do love it. I love the smell of this, by the way. I always have one in my collection just because I do love the powder itself, so I do use it sometimes just to powder down a few spots here and there. Like I was saying before, I don't know why I don't have a lot of drugstore. When I started on my channel, that's pretty much all I had was drugstore. I had like a lot of BH Cosmetics, and I guess I just grew from there, like my collection. And I have a lot of like blushes and stuff like that that are like affordable. Like I have some Milani ones that I didn't bring out for you guys, but I do love the Milani blushes and their bronzer. I love the one that's like, it's got gold sheen to it. It's really, really pretty, but I didn't take that one out. I actually just stuck with this one. I like that one, but I love this one a little bit more than that. This one is the Perpetually Tan Primer Infused Bronzer from e.l.f. And as you guys can see, it is loved. I do like this one a lot. It feels really smooth, and even if you don't set your face, this goes on your face really nicely without looking patchy or anything like that. So I really love that. And then I also brought this palette out from Juvia's place. This is the Saharan Blush Volume 2, and I could use the shade right here as a bronzer as well, so that's why I brought it out. This one I have to be careful a little bit because it does tend to look a little bit orange, but I do still like it. If I want a little bit more of a darker bronzer, then I'll use that one. I don't really contour anymore. I usually just bronze most of the time. I call it good. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and use this. This is the e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer in the shade Perpetually Tan. And it just broke, so that's what it looks like. The thing didn't break, but the top of it broke. You guys can see it has a very nice bronzy look. It's not like anything too harsh, and you can definitely build it up if you need to. Like this is perfect for me. Sometimes I do go darker than this. I just like bronzer. Bronzer and blush are like one of my favorite things on the face, so that's why I do have some darker ones in my collection as well. But this looks nice and still pretty wearable, and still you have that color back on your face. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put this one on, and then we'll move on to blush. And we have a few options for blush as well. Like I said, I have the Milani ones. I didn't get those out, but I do really like them. The ones that are shaped as a rose, those are really pretty. They just came out, not just, but a little bit ago, came out with some cream blushes too, and those are so pretty. I have one of them, but I didn't bring that one out either. I just didn't want to bring out too many stuff out here and then, you know, overwhelm myself with too many options. Let's move on to blush. And for blush, I have this one, but I also have this one here, another e.l.f. product. These little itty bitty ones, these are so good. I have this one, and then I have another color, like a more reddish color. But yes, this one is in the color White Peach, and it is so pretty. That highlighter, we're gonna use it here in a little bit. It is so pretty, but that blush too is so pretty. I don't know if I swatch it, if you guys will be able to see it, but it is very pretty. And it's like that pretty corally shade. I love my corals, you guys know that. Let me swatch the highlighter here next to it so you guys can see the punch that that has. Very pretty highlight for like a few bucks. But I also want to put on one of these. I'm going to do a little bit of this one, and then we'll go over top with a little bit of the coral and then that highlighter. I have another highlighter to show you guys as well on the affordable side that I love. And what I love about doing these kinds of videos is that I get to use stuff that I haven't used in a while. So this palette, I actually haven't used it in a long time, so I'm excited to rediscover things that I have in my collection that I haven't used. So there is that pretty shade, pretty pinky, but like with a purple undertone. You guys know I love my blush. I'm trying not to go too heavy-handed because sometimes I like think I overdo it. I am putting some on the bridge of my nose. I put it everywhere, guys. So now I'm gonna grab a little bit of this one and put that just on top of it to bring it together. You guys can see it looks so pretty. You can still see that red, but you can see like that orange on top of it, and it definitely throws a punch because it's so pigmented. Like e.l.f. has done it right. They have upped their game when it comes to their products. I love a lot of their stuff. Oh, so the highlight is this one. The other option is this Makeup Revolution Sun Kiss highlighter. This is in the shade Peach Kiss, and it looks like this. It is pretty huge. I've had this for a long time, like 2 years maybe, and I haven't finished it. I haven't even hit pan on it, and I've used it. Like you guys can see like the damage that has been done. They seem pretty similar. They are both peachy, obviously. Let me see if I can swatch this one so you guys can see what this one looks like. I think this one might be a little bit more pearly than the other one and not as pigmented, but it's still a really pretty highlight. There's the e.l.f. one. Here is the Makeup Revolution one. So I am going to apply this one from the e.l.f. little bite-sized palette. You guys see how pretty that highlighter is, and definitely throws a punch. It's very pigmented, very highlighty. The Cupid's bow. I always put some on my chin and then around here a little bit. And now that I have that part done, I am gonna grab a little bit of concealer, but just another e.l.f. product. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I haven't used this one as much. I just finished the other one, the regular 16-hour Camo Concealer, so I'm going to put a little bit of this. And I don't apply it with the doe food applicator. I want something more controlled because I want to be able to grab as much of the concealer that I want to put on my face. Just a little smaller brush here, and this is just something that I've been doing recently. I don't like to have so much concealer on my face, just enough that it'll lift and cover my under eyes. So I'll put it here, and then I will grab some too and put it right over here so it lifts my eye to brighten up that under eye. So that is what I'm doing. Might as well just go in here as well. And you guys can see it does lift up the eye a little bit. It makes it look a little bit brighter here underneath the eye. I'm gonna go ahead and do that here. So I also drag it down here just a little bit and up so that my eye is lifted. I do put some around my mouth area and also around my nose, just because this area right here, I have like these dark, not spots I guess, but like just a dark area there on, like around my nose. I don't know why I do, but I do. So I put concealer there and then there, just around my mouth. Then whatever is left, bring it to the forehead just a little bit, just kind of feathering it out a little bit here at the edges so it doesn't look so dark there. You're still brightening in the middle of your face. I am going to grab just a tiny bit of powder and put it where I put that concealer, especially under my eyes because it likes to crease under there. I'm just going to grab a little bit of powder here on a little brush and then just set that in place. And then of course setting down the lid so we can go in with eyeshadow. I do also put it on the nose area. But really controlling that product and not just putting it everywhere, for me, my makeup just looks so much better. I have more control of where I'm placing the product and where exactly I want it to be and what I want it to do. That is why I do it that way, but you know, everybody likes to do their makeup their own way. You don't have to do it this way. in the way that I've been doing it recently. But I think once you learn what your makeup is and your features and what you want your makeup to do, that's when you know what things work for you and what things don't. You know, if that works for you, then that's awesome. Keep doing that. We're gonna move on to eyes. And for eyes, I grabbed a couple of palettes here. I didn't want to bring out the same Colourpop palettes that I already have shown before. So I did pick up this one, and this one was actually one that I created myself, which has these 4 little colors in the little palette that you got to get once you had your 4 eyeshadows, and then you just put them in there. Super cute, right? I don't know that they do this anymore. That's what it looks like. I figured I would bring it out to see if I wanted to use some of the shades in here. I also brought out this Juvia's Place one. Like I said, these are pretty affordable and they're amazing shadows. If you guys haven't tried Juvia's Place yet, you need to get on it. These shadows are so beautiful. They perform so well. If you haven't yet, definitely check them out. They do sell them at Ulta and they sell them at their own website. They are more on the affordable side than if you were to, I don't know, get an Ofra palette or Pat McGrath. Oh, obviously Pat McGrath and any of those like higher end ones. This is really good, and for the price, honestly, these shadows are so good. They're so good. They perform better than even like some of those higher end palettes, in my opinion. That's just me. And then I also brought out one last one. It is another e.l.f. product, but I don't know, I don't know have words for this. These little eyeshadow, well, they turn a bite-sized eyeshadow in Hot Jalapeno. This is so good. It's so pretty. These shadows perform so well. They have different shades. I picked up the green one. I do want to pick up some more of the other ones, but they have different shades of these and they are so good. Don't sleep on these, guys. Go grab yourself some of these because the shadows perform so good. They are so pigmented. These shimmers are so pretty. Like, let's see. You guys see that? So pretty. And also the mattes are so awesome. I'm kind of just like swatching them for you so you guys can see, but look at how pigmented that is. Look at that. Oh my god. Just, I don't know what to tell you. Go pick yourself some up because they are so good. They're just so good. Trust me, they're good. And they have different shades. I know I've tried this one and I'm pretty sure that the other ones work just as good. I'm telling you, e.l.f. has upped their game so much from when they first started. They're so affordable. That's my other thing. $3. I don't even know how much this thing is. It's like probably like $5 top. I don't think it's more than that. Anyways, these little like bite-sized little things, these are awesome, guys. And they have some cream ones, I think, like 3 cream blushes. I want to try them. So anyways, this video is not about e.l.f. Let's get back to the topic here. Let's see, what look are we going for? I really want to use this burnt orange shade. By the way, I am looking for a Thanksgiving palette that has some pretty oranges in it. I went through my whole collection and I'm not looking for like bright oranges. I don't know, I really want like a burnt orange and like a mustardy shade and like all in one palette, you know what I mean? I have this one, yes, but I want more oranges and like reds and just nice warm tones. So if you guys know of a palette that has that, let me know. But anyways, I got off topic again. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start with the shade here, like this Yuki color here from the Colourpop palette, and I can't tell you that they still have this shade. They probably don't because I've had this for a long time, but I'm sure that in the millions and millions of palettes that they've come out with, they have a shade like this somewhere in one of their palettes, I'm sure, because they have so many palettes. But anyways, I'm gonna go in with that shade. It's like a pukey brown mustard shade kind of. So I'm starting off with that, just above the crease here. You guys know I always go above my crease because I kind of have like a hooded eye, so I want you to be able to see the colors on my eye. So that's why I always go up above the crease. And I am bringing it all the way in and just going in circular motions. Now I am going to go into that burnt orange shade from the Juvia's Place palette, which is this one right here. And that one is called Jamila. If you're Spanish speaking, it's Jamila. But if you're English speaking only, it's Jamila. I don't know. And I am probably saying it wrong either way if I say it in Spanish or in English. So doesn't really matter. Just know that I'm using that burnt orange shade, and it looks kind of more like a orange than a burnt orange. That's sad. I was hoping it was more of a burnt orange than a true orange, because I don't want a true orange. That's what I mean. I don't want like an orange like this. I'm looking for more of a darker, like a burnt orange shade. I might put some black over this, but for now I'm just building it on the outer corner here, bringing it in on the crease slowly. Whatever I have left over on my brush, I didn't add any extra shadow, so kind of just blending it in there. I'm kind of sad it's not a burnt orange. Oh well. I'm bringing it in a little bit more, like towards the center, kind of the middle of my pupil, like that. And now I'm going to grab a different brush to put a little bit of that black in there. It's also from the Juvias Place palette. I'm going to go in there for just a tiny bit of black. I don't want to like make this super dark. And it ended up being darker than what I expected, but that's okay. I'm going to grab that burnt orange shade again, go over it a little bit, and blend that. It looks alright. That kind of looks more of a burnt orange, huh? Not exactly what I was going for there. Just trying to make sure it doesn't look patchy. And then I'm going to go back in with the black. Just grabbing a tiny bit and working it on the lash line here, just on the outer part, on the outer corner. We do kind of like a little lifting the eye there a little bit more up. And I'm just blending it like that. I'm gonna go back in with the orange a little bit so it looks more that lifted thing that I was talking about before. That's what we're trying to do here. So it looks a little bit more lifted here at the end, and it's not just rounded. It has a little bit of an edge without actually doing it, if you know what I mean. Now I'm gonna grab this green from here, and that's going to be my center shade. We'll see how it looks. That actually looks pretty cool. And I think I'm going to put a little bit more of that orange here real quick, so we get that combo there. Ooh, okay. That looks pretty actually. I like that. I'm going to go back in with that smaller brush where I used the black. Grab a little bit more of that black, just a tiny bit on the edge of the, and then go on that lash line, really close to the lash line. Pulling it up again, just like that. Now for the inner corner, maybe I'll use this one again, this one right here, and I'll use this shade instead. I am gonna grab a brush, just a smaller brush. Tap on the axis because it looks like I picked up a little too much there, but I'm also gonna put it in the inner corner. No, it looks so pretty. And then the lower lash line, I kind of want to put that dark green from this palette. So the camera did cut you guys off, but I was just putting that green under my eye here. So that's all I did. Now I want to go in with an eyeliner, which is from e.l.f. as well. It is black. And I'm going to get it as close as I can to the lash line. I don't want it to be a big wing. I still want it to look smoked out here at the outer corner here. So there's that. The tiniest little wing ever, and I still, like I said, want it to look smoked out there, so I'm not going to mess with that, besides just going with a little bit of that black shadow and go over on top here so it looks like it's a wing, but it's not really. It's just smoked out shadow like that. So pretty. I am gonna grab a little bit of that icy shade and put it on the inner corner just to see. Just a tiny bit, just like that. I'm gonna go off camera, do this other eye, and I will be right back. Now I'm going to use a pencil here, and I'm gonna use one from NYX. This is the very long name one. It's called Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and Definitely a Turn On Waterproof Extreme Shine Eyeliner. And it's in the shade Tropical Green. So it looks like this, and I'm gonna put that on my waterline here to go with the whole green theme here. Looks so pretty. Move on to mascara, and I did pull a couple of mascaras out. I got this Length and Volume mascara from e.l.f. of course, e.l.f. And then this is from L'Oreal. This is the Luminous Lash Paradise, also a drugstore mascara. I actually like this one a lot, and I'm gonna use the e.l.f. one just to show you guys in case you guys haven't tried their e.l.f. mascara. This one's really nice. It does lift my lashes and coat them pretty nicely. I do feel like I have volume, so I'm just coating this. I do like my lashes to look full, and even if they get a little clumpy, I'm okay with that. I like that kind of look. But if you don't, you don't have to. Keep packing it on. I do put a couple of coats on though. Like I said, I don't mind a little bit of clump. And I like this brush is so small. Like it's so tiny, look at that. It's so cute, it's tiny and fat. And of course on my lower lashes too. Not my favorite for the lower lashes, but still coats them pretty good. And last but not least, we got the lips. The lips. Which I actually threw a bunch of them out so you guys have options. I have some here from BH Cosmetics, which are these two right here, the lip creams. These are actually good. I have a Wet n Wild one, this liquid one. It's called the Liquid Catsuit. Their Liquid Catsuit lipsticks are really good. I do like them a lot. Some NYX ones. Now the NYX ones, the cream butter gloss and the cream lip cream. These two right here are really awesome. These two right here. This one is a liquid lipstick. Oops, this is the liquid lingerie one. This one is really good too. A lot of the NYX lippies are really good, and the different finishes that they have, they're really nice and comfortable. I like them. My favorite are the butter glosses and the creams. They don't set all the way. If you don't like that kind of thing, then this one wouldn't be for you, but they are really nice. And of course you do have to reapply after you eat because it's a lip cream and butter gloss. Then there's the liquid lingerie one. This one sets mostly, but if you touch it, there's a little bit that comes off, but it's nothing too bad. And then I did pull a Colourpop gloss, the Colourpop, because Colourpop is pretty affordable, so I did pull one of these. And then the Morphe lipsticks. These are actually really nice and comfortable. This is the only one that I have, but it is very nice and comfortable. It sits on the lips nicely, just like a classic, you know, regular lipstick. So I really do like those ones. So also I have a bunch of NYX lip pencils in here. A lot of them are NYX and some e.l.f. I have other ones that are more on the higher end, like House Labs, Lorac. I have other stuff in here, but a lot of them are either the NYX ones, e.l.f. or Colourpop. I have some Colourpop ones in here too. So I'm going to use this one from NYX. This is the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner, and it's in the shade Downtown Beauty. And it is a brown lipstick. I figured it's just going to look nice with these colors. So I'm going to use a nude lip today. I do overline just a tad bit, not too much. Just a little bit underneath of my lip. And then I do also go on the lips with it. If you do go on your lips with a lip liner, your lipstick does last a little bit longer than if you just use a lipstick and don't put anything underneath of it. So just FYI, if you like using just regular lipsticks, this will make it last longer. Okay, so I know it looks pretty dark right now. We are going to lighten it up, don't worry. We are going to grab the Morphe lipstick and we're going to put that on the center of it, kind of like an ombre effect here. I did go in with my finger to blend it. I do still try to keep the outer parts of the lip dark. And there you go, it's a little bit lighter. I am going to go in with a gloss and I'm going to use the Colourpop Gloss. And I'm not going to go in directly with the little wand thing. Just gonna pick up a little bit because I don't want it too glossy. Just enough so it looks hydrated, like that. So just to melt all those powders and everything onto the face, we are going to use a setting spray. This is from Catrice. It is the Long Lasting Prime and Fine Multi-Talent Fixing Spray. I don't know why these products have to have such a long name. Anyways, here we go. Whew. Let that set in. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this style. I know throughout like the makeup part it's not like any different than what I usually do, but the intro and stuff was inspired by Casey Neistat. Like I said, we definitely do enjoy watching him. So yeah, it's a little bit of a Casey Neistat inspired video. Check him out. He has some pretty cool stuff for you guys to see, and yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Toodles.